How's it going, my expendable assets? Lethal Company has a new patch out that has given us a new way to play the game, solo or with friends. Compete with each other on the Steam leaderboards, improve game finding on multiplayer, and has added a new type of room to factory interiors along with several gameplay fixes and removing some annoying mechanics and bugs. Starting off, we have a new game mode you can access by hosting a game or jumping onto a multiplayer challenge run. Challenge Moons are randomized versions of the current roster of Lethal Company planets. Every week we will get a randomized version of a planet like Rend, Experimentation, Titan, and so on that will have randomized enemies, loot, and interiors. The goal is to get the most loot possible within 1 day of in-game time. These planets are going to be the exact same for everyone every week, which is why they've added the leaderboards on Steam so you can compete to become the best asset of the week. The developer has stated that his focus is currently on adding and modifying the interiors of the planets and has added a new hallway type in version 47. But for those waiting for new planets and creatures, will have to keep waiting. On the plus side, finding games in multiplayer has become less tedious with the addition of server tags. Now, when you host a public game, you'll have the option of adding in a server tag, which other players can then search for to find your game without having to scroll through dozens of other servers or games. Christmas decorations and music have now been removed, with the item ship playing the old song again. The chance for gift boxes to spawn on planets has also been lowered. But don't be too sad, because a new journal entry has been added, so be on the lookout for that. Several bug fixes and changes have also been added to the game. Now, items you bring onto the ship as it leaves and that you haven't dropped will now count as being recovered instead of disappearing from your inventory. Thumpers are finally working like they should and not breaking the laws of physics. When they run at you and hit a wall, they'll be stunned for a few seconds, and when you turn a corner, they won't be coming at you with full speed like they would be going in a straight path. Additionally, hitting enemies with shovels should be a more consistent and enjoyable experience because you can now hit enemies around corners and nearby objects without them blocking the shovel's hit. Forest giants have had a behavior modification and they will now no longer camp outside the ship, and instead they'll go on a patrol, which should give players outside the ship more of a fighting chance to successfully get on board. Fall damage has been increased in the following way. You will now take a small hit to your health from falling from a shorter distance. From the developer's own words, this is because he felt Titan return trips were too simple. In addition, spiders have been buffed slightly. The bunker spider now becomes a little faster when near death, and their webs also have a slightly larger collision radius, so watch out for that. On the plus side, you can now hear coil heads from a longer distance. Nutcrackers can now move slightly while aiming, but they can only do this if they fired at the same person several times. Lastly, the Jester will now take longer to crank, so you'll have more time to explore or leave planet interiors before he starts hunting you. That's it for this patch, but stay tuned for more Lethal Company videos with me and the boys as we traverse this week's Challenge Moon. Like and subscribe to the channel and keep being great assets to the company.
Welcome to your first day on the job. This is your very own autopilot ship, where you will eat and sleep